Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Connect with Carla B. I'm sitting here on the corner of Kennedy and West Shore in Tampa. Believe it or not, when I first moved to Tampa, my office was right here at this intersection. And so, I don't know, it's interesting that I'm back over here, but there's different connections that I want to introduce to you. And today one is about someone I've known for quite a few years, a lot of years. And he's doing incredible work with the fashion scene here in Tampa. In fact, has an event coming up this weekend. But I want to introduce you to none other than what I would like to refer to as the renowned Mr. Lacey Smith, Yardman. So we're going to turn it over and ask Lacey. Lacey, do me a favor. Introduce yourself to the listeners the way you would want yourself introduced. Like, what are the key important elements that you want to share with people?
Well, basically, great meeting you again after all these years, and it's been a while. Well, I'm Lacey B Smith, is CEO of the Fashion Movement. We are a fashion events production and marketing company in Tampa. What we do, we host different various fashion events, fashion-centered and art-centered events, fashion shows, trunk shows, runway shows, art shows, stuff like that. We try to do everything community-based and also based on charity. Yeah, this is a very important thing to us to have a charity attached to whatever we do. So we try to raise funds through our events for these charities, basically. So every event we do is charity based. And we have one this Saturday coming up here in Tampa, Pure Couture. It's a gala, a very colorful evening of style and fashion, we call it. We want everyone to come out and experience the experience, we call it. Mm-hmm. But as I said before, I'm just a simple guy, in fashion here in Tampa, trying to affect the fashion scene positively in the area, in the Bay Area. And hopefully, when folks attend our events and interact with us, they realize what we're doing.
And how many years have you been doing this? Because I've known you for a minute, and the entire time you were a corporate man and the fashion guy with extreme fashion sense. All right, he has on workout clothes today, and even that is matching, or as the teenagers say, on fleek.
I've been to the gym and I leave here.
You want it after you leave?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna work
I love it.
I leave here. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's been since 2006, really.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I came here, from New York, and I'm saying, okay, trying to explore the fashion scene in Tampa, and I couldn't find one, so I said, let's create one. You know what I'm saying?
And New York by way of?
By way of my job took me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's why I met you, really.
So that's one of my questions is everybody knows I don't have the best memory, or that I have a very selective memory. So the question becomes, how did we first connect?
Well, both of our jobs were on the same campus.
Okay.
In New Tampa. So I'm walking across one day for lunch, and you were meeting someone. You were meeting a young lady, and you had something on, some Trinity colors on.
No, I'm Guyanese all day.
Whatever.
But I had
you something. You had something on.
Right.
I said to you, where you from? Where you from? You're from
right. You
Caribbean,
sure did.
and we just started talking and vibing.
Right.
And from there, it's just a natural friendship relationship.
Yes, and especially learning that, and then it was all straight up corporate Carla, y'all. There was the community Carla was already existing in New York, and then was dormant for a while I was being mom to my amazing son, then ultimately to my daughter. But I really wanted them to see me the way I was prior to being a mom. So I got back into that, but you sure are right. I was actually going to meet with a customer when I was waiting outside for probably my technical person or somebody to arrive, and then it might have been
It's a few years ago. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, because I haven't. That would have been before 2000, and gosh, It would have been a while before.
That's the early 2000s.
So yeah, it would have been early 2000 for sure. And so these events, and then I tried to connect with you after I started my own private label and wanted to be in you have this amazing accessory show that I want to be I got to get focused on that. So tell us a little bit about some of these other events that you I always see you're the one promoting it, you're the one at the center of it. I see amazing models. I see amazing, incredible fashions. I see fashion even from folks that are designing in St. Pete over, doing things like Pat McGee and others. Exactly. I saw her throw down some stuff at your last event.
So what we do, we create these brands, right? I call myself a brand creator because I try to create brands for different aspects of the fashion industry. So we have Haute Accessories. It focuses strictly on accessory design. Right? It's a great market. It's $1 billion market, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
So accessories. So we do that. We have a stylist competition for just wardrobe stylists, and we also have runway shows for garment designers. So we try to keep them segmented in a way, so they have their own platforms. Which makes it more unique.
But I find that you have people coming in from all over the country because. I remember going to one that you had over here somewhere near the intersection we're at, and I remember buying these shoes, boy.
Yeah, shoulder designs.
I bought some brown shoes that laced around the ankle, so they had fabrics around the ankle, pointed toes, just a small heel, and man, everywhere I wore those shoes, people were talking about me. She was in from like Philly or somewhere. Where was it?
Yes, we have designs from Jamaica, Trinidad, it's kind of crazy. Africa, we have designs from different states, New York, Atlanta, California, Canada, Orlando, right there, and a lot from Tampa. So we try to mix the international with the national and the local.
So were you ever a fashion designer? You're stylish, but were you ever a fashion designer?
No, but I love fashion.
I love that.
My mom was a seamstress.
Oh, see, here we go.
My mom was a seamstress, so she would make all her clothes for church. Like Sunday mornings, we all decked out, and you gotta have a bow tie on. You gotta have your shirt on, and sometimes you want to take the bow tie off. It's so hot in Jamaica, you know what I mean?
So that's where this. So have you taken this fashion, even a fashion show, to Jamaica?
We did one in 2019 in Jamaica. It was well received. It was literally sold out. But what happened, then COVID came.
Yes.
Wanted to go back in 2020, 21, 22, but then COVID came, so we're going to try to go back in 2024.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah.
When is that? let's get our airline tickets and accommodations aligned.
And that was
maybe
on the
that's
beach.
Where maybe that's what on the beach. Maybe that's where I participate. Maybe I'm ready to bring my line out 2024 in Jamaica.
Because your line is very unique.
Thank you.
And I liked it. My wife, remember, she even bought some stuff. Yeah, you have a lot of great stuff. I mean? Yeah, I mean, I was like, damn, Carla, you got some talent here. I didn't know you were that talented, honestly, until I saw that stuff.
Well, creatives will be creative no matter what they're doing, right? So whether it's a podcast, it's clothing design, it's art, it's all the same. Whether it's ideas, I'm a great idea strategist. But so you're planning to go back in 2020. What month? Because I'm going to be there in 2024 already for a wedding.
Last time was August 2019. It's close to Independence.
Okay.
Yeah, but we don't know exactly what month is yet, 2024. But I want to go back in 2024 for a fact, because it was a great experience. Not just for us, but for the locals also.
Okay.
Because you could see it was needed. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, they really need this here. And it was a really high level event. You know what I mean?
Where in Jamaica did you?
That was in St. Thomas, the parish of St. Thomas, where I'm from. I'm from St. Thomas in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You have the parish St. Thomas, Jamaica. Yeah.
Yes.
That's where I'm from. So we went back there.
I've been to Jamaica a couple of times. I've been to Ochi.
Oh, everybody goes to Ochi.
Yeah, I've been to. Let me see. Landed in Montego Bay.
Negril.
Negril, of course. First trip I stayed in Negril. Second in Montego Bay.
You gotta go local sometimes. You gotta go local sometimes.
I know. In October of 2024, I'm going for a wedding, and that's going to be pretty local.
Yeah.
And what I said is, when I go next time I go, I wanna find the fabric. I'm sure there's some fabric factories where like they're making batiks and other fabrics.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have the fabric factories there anymore, but they might have. You could get it in the stores. There are fabric stores. You can get stuff. Yeah, authentic,
locally made. Because I pride myself on one of a kind pieces. So in order to do that, I have to like have the baddest fabrics, and that's the next venture for me, is learning how to create my own textiles.
That's a good move.
If you're going to be one of a kind, then you got to be the one creating, originating, and especially I'm doing agriculture work, so some sun-dyed prints and all of that. Like that's.
It's funny because I met a designer one time. She did Afrocentric clothing. And they made their own fabric with their own patterns. So their stuff was so unique. It was they were the only ones
with that,
who had that material.
And you remember, like in New York, where you had Mashoud. That was like
Mashoud,
the hottest.
Mashoud is my boy. Mashoud. Man,
one stamp on everything,
I bought
and everybody's buying.
The only t-shirts I bought ever in New York was Mashoud. That Mashoud t-shirts. His logo was so unique on the front there, just stood out so much.
The thing was, he made clothing for all size women. So, and so
simple too, you know.
Very simple linen pieces.
Simple, I mean, but classy.
You
know, Mashoud.
So where in New York did you live?
In Brooklyn.
Where?
Canarsie.
You were in Canarsie. No, my first apartment was in Canarsie. It was a There was a walk down on a corner in a private residence. $350. 19-year-old Carla, her first apartment.
I started in New York, in East New York. Then I went to East Flatbush. Then Canarsie. So you know Brooklyn. You come here, you landed in the West Indian neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Now we came straight into Bed-Stuy in 1980.
Oh, wow.
Bed-Stuy, do or die.
I came in Bed-Stuy, do or die. That's what my father said one time.
That was the neighborhood. So think about a young 11-year-old Carla from Guyana coming to a 4 or 5 story building on Lafayette, 505 Lafayette.
I know those neighborhoods.
Now we couldn't afford to live there.
Listen, right now in Bed-Stuy, it's $1 million in serious.
Wow.
And you had those homes one time, no one wanted them. You know, they were giving them away basically.
Right. So I told you occasionally I tap dance on politics. What's going on with the politics here in Tampa?
You know what? I don't even discuss politics too much. It's so crazy. I mean, I read about it, but you know, I don't really follow it like I should, you know.
But I guess the question is with the work you're doing, have you found like political leaders being supportive of that work? Because again, here are all the Fashion Institute is here. You know, encouraging people to pursue that line. Right?
I think,
and then supporting the work you're doing.
I think St. Peter's more open to stuff like that.
You know, it's so funny. You know what they say? The grass is always green. I'm a St. Pete girl after living there since '96, so I got to be a St. Pete girl.
And I'm
South St. Pete centric.
My experience over the years, I find St. Pete's very open to accepting the arts and promoting the arts. Tampa is getting more open to it now,
right?
But St. Peter was always open to it from way back.
Well, dang it, we got a director of arts and culture. I will be certain to pass your information on so we can bring this across the Bay connection.
I would love to bring it across the Bay, across the bridge. I'm honest with you. I love St. Pete, man.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring back like remember St. Pete used to have like the baddest Caribbean carnival. I mean, when I moved here, I'm like, what? I moved to they called it God's Waiting Room back then, but I'm like, they had one of the
carnival.
best Caribbean carnivals.
Great. It was great. I came there twice in the park, on the water,
in Vanoy Park on the water, and I'm like, I need that back. But I see there's carnivals happening here coming up, like multiple different ones.
One happens here in April. Orlando just ended last weekend. I didn't get a chance to go this time.
I opted for New Orleans over Orlando.
But one in Tampa in April. But a lot of folks trying different things, you know. If they just come together and make one big, big one big conglomerate. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Make it work.
You know what would be interesting is we have an event in St. Pete called Come Out St. Pete, and it happens during Halloween.
Okay.
And that event is a phenomenal event, and it would be nice to see a runway show going on. They closed down Central. It would be nice to see a runway show going down.
Let's work on it.
Central. So
anything fashion for me.
Everybody knows I'm in Tampa because I have to pick up my daughter from the airport also. So I want to wrap us up a little bit, and I want to tell us how we can get information about the upcoming event.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty easy. For this Saturday, it's called Pure Couture, the gala, and you could go to purecouture2023.eventbrite.com, or you could go to also thefashionmovement.com, which is our website.
Fashionmovement.com.
That's thefashionmovement.com, and then purecouture2023.eventbrite.com. Yeah, and get your tickets.
So
join us.
I am hopeful, and I'll share the information when I promote this episode, but I'm hopeful you have some bits and bites to chew on, and you realize it doesn't matter how long ago you've connected with someone. If it's meaningful, you'll continue to follow and support every single thing they do. It's why it was so easy for me to pick up the phone and reach out to Lacey and him say, yeah, where, let's connect and do it. So, and hopefully we'll see him doing some things in the Berg soon enough.
Just make it happen.
Thank you, Lacey, and thank you, listening audience.